We have been working with the Champions Board for nearly a year now. It started from last August when we identified that we wanted to have within our school a person who championed our children who are care experienced. So we appointed a care experience lead called Maggie Kay, who is a phenomenal teacher within the school who wanted to work with the children who are care experienced. We have a lot of children within the school who are care experienced, and we felt that their voice wasn't being heard as well as it should have been, and possibly we needed to include them more within the school. And that was coming from them in terms of how they felt they belonged to the school, and how they perceived themselves within the school. So for us, that was our gap, and we needed to make sure that we were providing better for our children who are care experienced, and that's within the secondary school and within the primary schools as well. So Maggie was appointed, and Maggie started to work with our children who are care experienced, and with that we, through the Celsius project, got involved with the South Ayrshire Champions Board. And these are young people who come into the school every Friday to meet with our children who are care experienced. They have a common bond with each other, and they have over the last year really developed deep friendships, great relationships, and our young people's voices are being heard throughout the school, throughout the community and throughout South Ayrshire with the work that our lead is doing along with the Champions Board, but most importantly what the children are doing within the clubs. We as a school on the May End Service Day decided to invite the Champions Board in, so the young people come in to speak to the whole staff. So we set the scene as to the outcomes that are poor for care experienced children throughout Scotland. We made sure that our staff knew the context in which we were delivering, and then we handed it over to the Champions Board, who basically really raised awareness as what it's like to be a child who is care experienced, and how you would present, how they could be presenting within the school. And this really opened the eyes of all the staff within the school. It was a fantastic presentation from the Champions Board. They really hit home as to what's needed within a school to ensure that we are making the school as inclusive as it possibly can be for everybody, and to understand that not all children are coming from, homes that, are supportive, but that we need to be that home when they come in here. We need to provide that support for the children, and that's why we developed our motto, which is be kind, be positive and be yourself, and that's all part of the Champions Board kind of ideal, where we're wanting to include all our children and make sure that they feel that they belong to Belmont Academy. We've done various kind of questionnaires with the children, and at the beginning they would have said they didn't belong to Belmont Academy, and then as the Champions Board has been working along with our care experience lead, they are now saying that they would come to us and ask for support. They do feel included within the school, and they do feel that their voice is being listened to. So I think in year one that's a massive attribute to the success of the Champions Board and to the people who run it, because they're absolutely phenomenal in terms of their patience and their values in terms of how they are as human beings, to take these children in and actually really give them their voice and help them to find their voice, because their voices are very powerful within the school and within the community now. And as the year has went on, more and more of our young people who are care experienced have been accessing the club and accessing Maggie throughout the week. Anytime that she can maybe advocate for them, or she can point them into the direction of Dawn and the Champions Board, who can also provide that a wee bit of extra support that our young people need. As part of the Celsius project, we've also been reviewing our whole curriculum. So for example, if you're a child that's care experienced, similar to what the universities are doing, if you've got the right entry requirements to get into a course, you've automatically got a space within that course, so we will champion you. So if I give you the example, practical craft skills is very, very popular within the school. It always has a massive waiting list, and if you are a child who's care experienced, you're not on that waiting list. You automatically get a space in that class if you have the right entry requirements to get into that class. And that for us is very, very important, because that's sending a message out that we are including, and we are actively and positively including our children that are care experienced, to ensure that they can do the courses that they want to do, that they enjoy and that they're the best at, so that they can go on and make a positive difference to their lives.
Okay,